Hey there, Nation. This is Commander CheapSkate, and welcome to another edition of Commander CheapSkate Battle Reports. This is the channel where we show you how to play miniatures wargaming on a budget, and we're talking about Turn 3 of Haymar Shame campaign. So in this battle report, it's Sister Serial and Warlord Ace of the High Elves and Bretonnians Alliance versus Commander CheapSkate playing the Warriors of Chaos, specifically Khorne. So this is a player versus neutral forces battle, and since I'm the GM of the campaign, regardless if I win or lose or not, it was all for fun. So let's see what happened when High Elves and Bretonnians, without magic, oddly enough, fight against Chaos Warriors who don't use magic because of Khorne. And as fate would have it, on this one, there are no army lists. I apologize. This is the same battle report, but that was fought on the same day that we fought battle report number 12, which was the, what was it? I think it was High Elves and Empire and Tomb Kings versus Ogre Kingdoms. What happened was that the thumb drive on that one got corrupted, so because of that, the army lists were basically destroyed on that. So no army lists on this one. So unfortunately, that's going to happen. But I guess it kind of fits because this is our 13th battle report. So lucky number 13, I guess. All right, and that takes directly into deployment. So this is the deployment zone for the High Elves as well as Bretonnian Alliance. It's going to start from the left to the right here. On the left-hand side, you see the Repeater Bolt Thrower, followed by a unit of 15 White Lions are stationed right there in the front, supported by 2 units of 12 Archers behind that. Right there in the center there, you have a unit of 6 Bretonnian Knights of the Realm with a General. The General is equipped with the Virtue of Purity, so because of that, he won't be taking any, he has a +4 reward against the Forces of Darkness. Right next to them in the center there is a unit of 24 Phoenix Guard on that, and then behind them you have 2 units of 10 Longbowmen. They're proxied by handgunners in this picture. And the back, also 4 Libyan Reavers, and on hold at the right-hand side is a unit of Repeater Bolt Throwers.
He didn't fall? Inconceivable! You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Unfortunately, I made a mistake. I forgot to take a photo of my military forces before we actually started working on this battle report. So unfortunately, I already have moved, and I've always also been shot at during this previous turn before we even start there. But as you can see here, though, this movement is not so bad because the movement basically shows how I deployed on this battle. On the left-hand side, they're represented by the Chaos Warriors in blue and the 3 Chaos Spawn of black them up. That's supposed to be a giant brick of 30 Chaos Marauders marked Khorne with great weapons as well as Mark of Khorne, so they're basically a frenzy unit. Right next to them, you basically have 5 unit of Khornate Chaos Knights, is what they're marked with. Behind them, that big giant red ape-looking thing, that's my Demon Prince of Khorne. To the right, you have a unit of 20 Khornate Chaos Warriors, armed with halberds and shields and Mark of Khorne with the banner, and then the big, huge action figure-looking dragon thing on the right-hand side. That's supposed to be a Slaughter Brute. And so, as you can see, that's pretty much how I deployed, and I also marched it forward, which is basically my turn sequence. This turn sequence also basically shows the first turn for the High Elves as well as the Bretonnians. Bretonnians' High Elves decide to stick it out and not move out too much, but they decide to shoot at my Slaughter Brute with both, Repeater Bolt Throwers, and so because of that, my guy basically takes 2 wounds, and so he's already down to 3 wounds already, and that's after the first turn. So this picture is for Chaos deployment as well as the first 2 turns for High Elves as well as Chaos Warriors. And this picture is basically just a better shot of my army so that we get kind of an idea what the composition looks like for the Chaos Warriors. As I said before, you have Marauders on the left-hand side, Knights in the center behind that giant Standing Stone. Behind them is the giant Khorne Demon Prince, followed by a unit of Khorne Warriors, 20 of them, with halberds and shields of Mark Khorne, and then finally the Slaughter Brute behind that Standing Stone there. Alright, and that brings us to High Elves and Bretonnians turn 2. As you can see in this picture, the movement phase, the Bretonnian Knights basically charge forward in the lance formation to my Chaos Warriors, right there in the center of the 2 standing stones. They also, because both sides don't have magic use in this one, we totally skip the magic phase on this, and then we get to the shooting phase. On the shooting phase, my opponent sends both his bolt throwers and fires at my Slaughter Brute again, dropping him down to 1 wound. And as you can see on the right-hand side there, he marches his Libyan Reavers up, and the Libyan Reavers open up on my Slaughter Brute, were unable to cause any damage. So because shooting is done with that, we get to the combat phase. You can see in this picture, I kill 2 Bretonnian Knights, and the Bretonnians kill 3 of my Chaos Warriors. I also issued a challenge with my champion against their general. The general basically killed my champion in that process as well, so he's one of the guys that got killed in battle. Alright, in this picture, as you can see, we start the Warriors of Chaos, turn number 2. This is the movement phase. Basically, I march up my Marauders at the left-hand side as quick as they can. I also attempt to charge my Slaughter Brute into that unit of White Lions, but unfortunately for me, though, I failed my charge move. So because of that, he just basically landed plank there in the middle and open for anybody who wants to take a pot shot at him, basically. On the left-hand side, as you can see here, my Chaos Knights basically charge through and impact into the bolt thrower on the right-hand side, or left-hand side, rather. And as you can see, my Demon Prince also rushes into the unit of White Lions. So we'll see how that combat basically goes. And since I'm an army of corn, we don't believe in magic. We skip the magic phase, and since I'm a Chaos Warriors, we don't also have a shooting phase either. So we skip all that and go right into hand-to-hand combat. As you can see in this picture, the Knights basically finish off my Chaos Warriors. They failed their break test. They turn around to flee, and at the same time, the Knights give chase. They chase like 12 inches, run right over those Chaos Warriors, destroy them. My sister Sarah then has her Bretonnian Knights do a combat reform. They're facing the backside there. If you look at the top there, my 5 Chaos Knights basically destroyed that bolt thrower. They do a quick combat reform afterwards and turn to charge into the flank of the White Lions into the archers as well. So that is combat for this turn. And with that, that brings us to High Elves and Bretonnians turn number 3. So as you can see in this picture in the mid phase, that Bretonnian Knights charges the rear of my Chaos Marauders. And we'll see how that basically works out here in a little bit. As you can see in the bottom of the page there, my opponents, as Illyrian Reavers, also move up as well to begin to intercept. They also in the center have a Phoenix Guard charge to the flank of my Demon Prince. So right now he's basically wedged now between a unit of white lions. I almost said White Walkers there. A little bit of Game of Thrones action. He's trapped between a unit of white lions as well as a unit of Phoenix Guard. So he is now basically surrounded on 2 sides. So that's just fantastic.
This is my boomstick!
And with that, we get into the shooting phase. As you can see in this picture, the longbowmen on both sides, basically the High Elf longbowmen, as well as the Bretonnian longbowmen, as well as the one remaining repeater bolt thrower, open up on top of my Slaughter Brute, and they managed to bring him down. So I'm kind of sad because I sunk a lot of points in that. I was looking to get a very nice, juicy flank charge in the Phoenix Guards to help out my Demon Prince, but that's not happening anytime soon. So I'm kind of sad about that.
Give them nothing, but take from them everything!
And as you can see in this picture, I failed to inflict a single wound on either the High Elves, White Lions, or on the Phoenix Guard, and then they proceed to beat me back to hell is basically what they do. So they kill my general, and so my Demon Prince is now dead. And just between you and me at this point, I basically know this battle is basically sunk on this part. And that brings us to the beginning of Chaos Warriors turn number 3. I didn't get a chance to show this in the last photo. If you look at the bottom left-hand corner, you see my Chaos Marauders. Basically, the reason why they moved up so quickly is because the Bretonnian Knights basically kill about 12 of them. They did a really mean job on my guys. So because of that, my guys failed their break test and they flee forward. So that's the reason why they're located there as well. And so the Bretonnian Knights didn't get a chance to catch into them. So we'll see how that goes. But that brings us to our beginning of my movement phase. If you look on the right hand, the center of the screen there, basically my Chaos Knights charge right into the flank of the White Lions. We managed to destroy those guys in the previous combat phase, and then we go run right past them right into the Phoenix Guard. So that's what happened in that photo.
He didn't fall? Inconceivable! You keep using the horde. I don't think it means what you think it means.
So even though we managed to kill those White Lions and lose 2 Chaos Knights of process in charge of the Phoenix Guard, on the High Elves turn number 4, the Bretonnian Knights declare charge on my fleeing Warriors of Corn, and they overrun right through the woods into this location right here. So because of that, that unit is now completely dead. And so this unit is going to combat reform and now face my only remaining unit left, which are those 3 Chaos Knights. And that pretty much brings us to the end of the game. As you can see in this picture with the movement phase, the combat reform, my opponent also charges up his Illyrian Reavers into the flanks of my Chaos Knights, as well as the archers. And even if I just manage to get through all these guys, and I just happen to roll nothing but 6s for the next few rounds, I still got the other half of the army to get a fight against. So basically, I just surrender and basically call the game. And so that is the end of this battle.
I thought about staying. They offered me the chance to lead them, to teach them, to be king.
Uh-huh.
But my place is here, so I swallowed the juice, said the words, and here I am.
Did you say the words right this time?
Well, maybe I didn't say every single tiny little syllable, no, but basically I said them, yeah. Basically.
So right now, I basically need to apologize for all the mistakes I made in this battle report. I forgot to take pictures of certain things. I lost army lists, all kinds of stuff, and then we made mistakes along the way as we were playing the game. I think we actually skipped a phase or two while we were playing the game as well. We were just too busy having a bunch of good time just talking and watching TV and playing at the same time, so we were kind of distracted. I apologize for this one. So this is probably going to be like the shortest battle report I've ever made. So I apologize for all the mistakes I made ahead of time. I promise you that the next battle report will be even better because I'm working on that that battle report now to make up for this one. So basically, I have 2 battle reports in 1 week, which will be kind of nice because this one was just so terribly bad. But this is my 13th battle report, so maybe it was meant to be because of unlucky number 13. Maybe thankful Grace here and the rest of the Skaven are plotting against me. But anyways, so that'll be doing it for this battle report. I apologize. Battle report 14 is on its way to make up for the last time on this one. So, bye.